LeVar Johnson. Submission of the night, Diaz. Godno and Lineker won the fight of the night. Each guy won $65,000, so congratulations to them. Who's got the first question?
Talk about these guys tonight, just really leaving it all in the octagon, and just how pumped were you with some of those finishes?
Yeah, you know, when you put on live fights or live sporting events, you never know how it's going to go. You can look at a fight card and go, oh, this should go this way, this should go that way. Actually, tonight was one of those nights that if you looked at the card, you knew they were going to be exciting. And these guys delivered, they did. But even on the previous Fox cards, I know people are bitching about it. They got nothing to bitch about. It's free, and they were great fights. So shut up. Next question.
Question for Nate. Nate, congratulations. Big win for you tonight. Very impressive right here, Nate. Take us through the end of that fight and how you finished off Miller.
I just trained hard for the fight, and I just went out there and fought hard and got started. And it happened. It went good.
How about the title shot now? Do you have a preference? Would you rather face Henderson or Edgar?
I don't know. I'm just going to wait it out and see what happens.
He's going to wait for the title shot. The press conference, there's a bunch of stuff going on yesterday on the internet and Twitter saying that he had to fight Pettis, which isn't what I said. I said if he won, you know, if he wanted to fight Pettis, he could fight Pettis. If he wanted to wait, he could wait.
You know, the decisions, you know, I thought I won the first and the third, but apparently the judges saw different. So it was a good fight. You know, I felt like I you know, ended the fight on top. So you know, it is what it is, and you know what? I'll live to fight another day. So.
Did you gain a newfound respect for him? You had said some things about his shot on Fitch being lucky. Now that you've been in there with him, do you feel differently about Johnny Hendricks?
You know, he's a good fighter. You know, so he won tonight, and you know, I'm not going to sit up here and bitch and cry about a decision. You know what? Yeah, should have finished the fight. You know, you know, when it goes to the judges, you I guess you gotta have you know, luck on your side, and tonight he had luck on his side. He won the fight. So.
Prepare for Carl Harris's leg attacks, and where do you feel you are now in the landscape of the middleweight division?
I've been preparing for this fight for a couple months. I think I really psyched myself out by watching his last year in Abu Dhabi. I saw him just tear people's legs off at the highest level over and over. I watched that tape and I was like, man, this guy he's a beast. And I kind of psyched myself up so much that I made the fight really easy. And I also brought in some amazing people like my friend Daniel Moraes has been with me for the last couple months, and Dobby Hamos, Dean Lister. So all those positions are just stuff that they, you know, they tapped me out so many times in the first week, and then after that they couldn't get me anymore. So I just been there so much. I was just really prepared. Second question, I don't know. Just have to ask the boss man where I'm at, you know. So I feel like I'm the best in the division, and there's no road too fast to the title. So whatever happens, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to say, I told him in there tonight. I knew for a fact as soon as that fight went to the ground, that fight was over. Meaning the other way. I thought that he was going to get submitted, especially when he was in that knee bar deep, and not only did he, you know, get out of it and pull out. Then when he stayed in his guard, I'm like, what is he doing? Why is he staying in his guard? He should stand up. And the kid, I mean, he came out and performed incredibly tonight, and it definitely puts him up into the top 5 in that weight class. So we'll see where he goes from here.
They're both tough fighters. I feel very blessed to be able to be in the same octagon as them. You know what I'm saying? And man, now I just got to go home and see what what they say and be prepared for hopefully a title shot. You know, I want to get out there and I fought hard tonight. I got my hand raised, and that's pretty much all you can do.
Would you be willing to wait on the sidelines while Condit and GSP, you know, fight, I guess, in November?
If I
Maybe
had
November. I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah, it just depends what happens, you know what I'm saying? Whenever I get back home and I heal up, we'll sit down and talk and go from there, you know what I'm saying? Right now, of course, there's a lot of things going through my mind, but, nothing really matters. I just want to go home and spend some time with my wife. Josh is a tough dude, we know that, and I hit him with everything I got, and my hands are sore from that, but they're fine now, you know what I'm saying? It's just heat of the moment. You gotta shake them out and loosen them up and get back to training.
Now, before they announced the decision, how confident were you that you had it?
I thought I did. I thought I went out there and did what I needed to do. A couple of things didn't go my way. I did get poked in the eye. And I was seeing double. I had to actually close one of my eyes to find where he's at. But that's fighting. And I went out there and just stayed strong. Stayed focused on what I needed to do, and good Lord willing, I got the win.
Yeah.
Second question is, as good as the flyweights look, do you think maybe you should have introduced flyweights a long time ago?
We couldn't. We didn't have enough space. There was a time we didn't have 55-pound division. As we continued to do, continue to grow the sport and go into all these places. It wasn't until the Fox deal, when we're doing like 40-something fights a year, that we could actually bring them in. But yeah, I've always wanted to do this, and thank God now's the time.
Hey, Dean, I'm wondering how you scored the fight. Right here in the front.
So,
I'm wondering how you scored the fight. The one fighter, Ricardo Almeida, he actually scored it for Koscheck, while the two guys who done a lot of judging in the past scored it 10-9 for two rounds to 1 for Johnny.
Yeah, it's one of those. It was a very tough fight to score. You never know. I had it even going into that last round. And then, the last round was a lot of back and forth. It was damn close. And I think if Koscheck would have done more damage when he had that top position at the end, you probably would have won the fight.
Unanswered punches there at the end. I was wondering how gassed did you feel towards the end there?
I got tired a little bit. I kept waiting for him to counter, and he would just pause. And, he stayed there, so I had to just keep swinging. I knew there was only a little bit of time, so I wasn't worried about gassing out because I got good cardio. I was going to recover in the minute in between rounds, so I would have been ready to go again.
Flyweight gods for bringing the flyweights to the UFC when they did, because considering how your UFC debut went at 135, they didn't have this division. There's a chance you may not be here. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I don't think I can compete at 135 with these guys at the highest level, especially since some of them, coming to the cage 65, 70, feel like I'm fighting a welterweight. I never thought I'd be in the UFC. This is crazy. This is surreal to be sitting here at this press conference. Like Dana said, 6 years ago they didn't even have lightweights. Flyweight was non-existent. So I just feel honored to be here.
How much pressure did you feel going into this fight? You were back at your natural weight, but you still had to sort of, make that, right that wrong that you had back in December.
Yeah, you're only as good as your last fight, and my last fight was horrible. So at first I felt a lot of pressure, but after the training camp and everything, coming in tonight I was all smiles. I was just ready to go out there and have fun. I knew, I trained so hard, I knew I was going to go out there and it was going to go my way. I was going to have fun out there and let my hands go, just bite my mouthpiece and swing.
How much was your hair a factor in the fight, and are you thinking about cutting it?
You sound like my girlfriend. My girlfriend wants me to cut my hair too. My coach was like, let me fix your hair. I'm like, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. We argued half in between the round, but I'll figure out something.
If I was your cornerman, I'd take the scissors that you cut the hand wraps off and cut that thing right off while you were fighting.
I probably would have went out there and knocked him out fast because I would have been pissed. No, the hair, it really wasn't bothering me that much. I have it in training all the time, hanging down, but my coaches were concerned about it. It turned out all right. So.
Sorry, I like to ask questions sometimes too.
Yeah, it's tough, and it was going to be 5 rounds, so it was him or me. So I'm glad it went the way it did, and I don't know. I guess I got lucky with my time to shine, I guess.
Ask this for him, but Eddie Alvarez was sitting next to me tonight, and he told me, he said, I don't know if you know this, but Nate Diaz has one of the highest finish percentages in the UFC, or in the sport. He said he's in the top 10, and then after the fight ended, he goes, I guess it's 90% now. But I didn't know that. Eddie Alvarez told me
The
that.
submission game on the ground. And you had no hesitation jumping right in there. Did you feel you had something to prove that you could hang with him on the mat?
My game plan was to stay out of a grappling situation, just to be totally safe. I dreamed about it a little bit, about submitting him and making everybody kind of like shock everyone like that. But that was more just like a dream or something. But yeah, my game plan was just to kind of measure him out. I feinted him a lot, and I was about to hit him, and he shot from so far away so fast I couldn't. I had to grapple with him. So as soon as he got in deep on that, I just kind of turned the corner and took his back. So I just did I just did the best with what was given to me. So I was forced to get in the grappling situation. Messed up a little bit and got in. Had to defend the leg locks a little bit, but I was never in trouble. But no, I didn't feel like I had anything to prove. But I think I did prove something. So some people had to eat their words.
Were you nervous at all? Was it close at all?
Yeah, he had it in pretty tight a couple times, but I guess Sean Jordan submitted me like that. I was not trying to go out again like that, on Fox card in front of everybody. The whole world's watching. So I was he was gonna have to break it or something, because I wasn't gonna give up that easy.
During the fight, I saw the swelling go up, and I was wondering, how did it impact you in any way, and how does it feel right now?
No, it's good. Just a little swollen. Johnny definitely, once he cracked me once and it slowed right up, but the eye's fine, so I got no blurriness or anything like that. So I'm ready to fight again. So maybe we can line something up in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, both great fights. Dodson's exciting, man. I like that kid. He's exciting. He's entertaining. I haven't heard. Did he break his hand? You guys know?
Yeah, I've heard enough. He's under suspension right now.
It is broken. Yeah. All the media guys know he's fighting. Good. Diaz brothers, whatever it might be. It's just I love it.
Now you got a boxing event happening later tonight. You put on a great card tonight. Was your plan to show everyone that you want to do a little comparison between you guys, what you can pull off as compared to what they can pull off in Vegas?
No, people always think that and always ask me. I'm a boxing fan, I really am, and I don't ever try to diss boxing. I always say the things that what I think is the truth about boxing, the things that are right and wrong with it. But I think that on a night like tonight, I was explaining this to a gentleman earlier. When we go out tonight on a Saturday night, you're competing with so many different things. We don't just compete with boxing. We compete with the NBA, NFL, movies, other television shows, anything that catches the attention of males 18 to 34, we compete with. I'm hearing that The Avengers is a great movie. It just came out. How many people went to The Avengers tonight? It's just, we're always competing. You guys did? There you go. They didn't even go to the fight. They went to The Avengers. But we're always competing with something. And, I think on a night when Mayweather, Pacquiao, or any other great boxing event happens, and we go the same night, and Mayweather didn't even start yet, so you could watch the UFC for free on Fox, then buy the pay-per-view and watch the Mayweather fight. I think more fight fans and more guys will stay home on a Saturday night. I think it benefits both of us. So no, the long-winded answer to your question is no. Thank you guys so much for your support. We appreciate it, and have a great night.